Welcome back once again to howtocookgreatfood.com. If you haven't already, please click that button and subscribe to our channel. Also, please take the time to click that bell icon just below for notifications. Here we go. Today, we're going to do some stuffed aubergines or eggplants with a fantastic minced beef and tomato. It's very, very easy. We've got some very beautiful and interesting spices in there. Yeah, they're very easy to make. They taste absolutely fabulous. Let's go and take a look at the ingredients that we need. So we're going to get started with our eggplant. I've got one eggplant which we're going to put in the oven, but before you put it in the oven, just get a knife and just put a few holes in it so it doesn't explode in the oven. So pop it in the oven, medium heat, just for about 9 minutes, 8 or 9 minutes. It will soften. We can now move on to the filling. So our eggplant is in the oven, getting cooked there. Let's take a look at the ingredients for the stuffing. So I've got some really beautiful minced beef there, or ground beef. You could be using lamb in this if you wanted. I've got one large onion, red, cut nice and small. 2 regular sized tomatoes. Try and use a nice juicy ripe tomato. Tomato paste, that's 135 grams. 1 tablespoon of chopped garlic, and then here's our spices. So we've got a teaspoon of thyme, a teaspoon of chili powder, a teaspoon of oregano, and then we've got half a teaspoon of cinnamon powder and nutmeg powder. We're going to add salt and pepper and start this off with a touch of oil. Let's go and do that, and then we'll grab the eggplant from the oven. Okay, so I've got a wok or a pan. You're going to need something like that. I've got in there some oil. That's an olive oil I'm using. You can do something else if you want. Let's start off by dropping in our beef. Like I say, very little fat in this one. It's a beautiful cut that we ground ourselves. We're going to cook this on a medium heat for about 4 to 5 minutes. Okay, so this meat is very much on its way. We're now going to add in our onion, cut nice and small. Also our garlic. I'm going to get some salt in the mix there, along with some black pepper. And then our spices, let's just take a look at them again. So teaspoon of chili, teaspoon of oregano, teaspoon of thyme, and then half a teaspoon cinnamon powder and nutmeg, which kind of sounds a bit strange, but it really works really, really well. Let's get that in. And we're going to let this go now for about another 4 to 5 minutes. Stir often. Okay, wonderful. Next step, we're going to add in our fresh tomatoes. Like I say, try and use a nice fresh juicy tomato. We're also going to add that tomato paste. That's 135 grams, or one of those kind of small, Tetra Pak things. And again now, let's go 5 to 6 minutes now. Again, medium heat, stirring fairly often. Okay, off goes the heat, and that is our filling. Simply what we're going to do now is get our eggplant out of the oven, cut it open, pop some of this in. We're pretty much done. Okay, so all of our components are ready right here. So there's our meat filling, which is way too much for these two. I'm going to use that for some other stuff as well. Then I've got some cheese. I'm using Parmesan and cheddar, which I've grated. And there's our one eggplant. What I've done is I've taken it out the oven, then I've cut it down the middle, as you can see. Then I've taken a knife, cut it thin strips that way, thin strips that way, and just opened it out a little bit. So simply what we're going to do now, pop some of the meat on there and then top it with cheese. In the oven it goes. Now, as we've got a lot of beef here, I'm not going to be shy with it. Nice thick amount on each one. Okay, so they're both done now. Let's go with some Parmesan. And again, don't be shy. You could be using any type of cheese you want actually. But I think these two work really well. And there's some cheddar there. So, in your oven, get your oven nice and hot, like maximum heat, because everything's cooked here. It's going to go in the oven for about 8 to 10 minutes, full blast. Before they go in, I just like to put a little bit of chili powder on the top. You could be putting some oregano or thyme or something else on there. But yeah, for me, chili powder. Perfect. See when they come out. Okay, so simple. You may have noticed that I did put them in a oven-proof dish. You could be using metal, ceramic, or like me, glass. Very, very easy. Hope you enjoy that. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We will see you soon. Lots of love.
With thousands of recipes and millions of views, why not subscribe to our channel and join the family?